540.
Yo, yo.
540. Yo, John, how you doing?
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Should I turn my TV all the way down so I can hear you better through the phone, or?
Yeah.
So, you have accepted the truth.
All right. You're pretty quiet, so on this house phone, so please bear with me, John. I have a ton of respect for you, and I do sympathize with your decision for leaving Rule Zero. I feel like you and the members of that group are operating on two different paradigms, so I just want to say that I completely sympathize you.
Go ahead. Can you elaborate?
That decision.
Can you elaborate on that? What paradigm do you think I'm operating on? What paradigm do you think they're operating on?
I just think, I'm not speaking with any authority whatsoever. I'm just a dumb 23-year-old who hasn't gone to college, but I just see that you're focusing on the younger generation, the people who are really being led astray right now in Generation Z.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just you're not entirely doom and gloom, man, and I just really appreciate that because I got into the red pill watching Cappy and watching Fresh and Fit, and, I'm sure they've put a few things in my mind that have not benefited me to, completion. And, I don't know, man. Just all the information swirling around in this big red pill sphere is just, you're someone that just stands out as a genuine guy with no real, motives or. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
No agenda.
Really say anything to. Please pardon me for being, but
You listen to me.
I didn't want to say
wait. I'm gonna stop you for a second.
About that, but I just
listen.
want to say that I sympathize with you.
I'm gonna stop you there for.
Making a decision.
I'm gonna stop you there for a second. Don't insult yourself and don't put yourself down. You're no lesser than a person.
I know, brother.
Just because you didn't go to college, it doesn't mean you're lesser of an individual, brother.
Yeah, I just have a lot of stuff that happened last night at my job.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I got a lot of stuff to ask you.
Right. Tell me what's up.
So I just got let go of last night at a bistro, restaurant, bakery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of debating really just throwing all the cards down on the table to give you the broad information.
Give it to me straight.
Do you mind if I do that, John?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I live at Virginia Tech. I live in Blacksburg, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure, with the whole leftist prerogative, it's been pushed due to the horrible incident. I forget what year it was, the shooting that occurred at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, with the Korean guy.
So I'm not sure about what kind of weight that carries, and sorry, I'm waiting for you to come through the phone. I can't hear you too well, John.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just saying, yeah, the Korean guy that shot up Virginia Tech.
Yeah, and I'm sure those scars still run deep in the town, and the business that I worked at has been there since the 80s, so, there's deep ties in the town.
Mm-hmm.
But I got let go, and I'm sure the guy, he owns multiple businesses,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'd still give me a job because he knows how hard I work, but, all right, I'll get down to the meat and potatoes here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing my thing, checking out all the cases, making sure everything's stocked up. I start talking with this guy who just started working there a couple months ago. Great dude, great, solid male friend to have. One of the only friends that I say is truly solid.
Mm-hmm.
Just met the guy, but I think we're truly friends.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some discussions on the things that have been occurring recently that, topics that we discuss here on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, yeah, I was talking to him, and I was going back about my business, going back towards the kitchen, and one of the girls came around the case and got directly in my way. And, should have just been, an actual human and said, excuse me, or whatever the fuck. Please excuse me, John. I poked her in her side. Not below the waist. Not below the waist. I poked her in her side, didn't say anything, which was a mistake, obviously. And she moved. She got out of my way, and I went about my business. Didn't think anything of it until, I'm the last one to leave in the kitchen. I'm cleaning everything up. I'm getting all the damn crumbs off the floor. And the manager, this little, young, short, chubby 19-year-old with glasses says she needs to talk to me once I'm done wrapping up, And I was like, okay, well, I don't steal. Why does she need to talk to me? Is there something unwrapped? Is there,
Why is a 19-year-old...
I'm going through it in my mind because I'm an analytical person, and that's the only thing I can come back to is what happened with that girl.
Why is there a 19-year-old woman that's a manager over you and you're 23? What's up with that?
I don't know. There's a lead manager, this gay guy, but, he doesn't like to work nights, so he usually leaves around 5 or 6. And then this girl's been trained up, and then there's another girl, too, that's been trained up as manager the same age. And, she says she needs to talk to me, and I'm like, okay, I fucked up, whatever. This has happened to me in the past, And I need to learn from it. I'm like, okay, face the consequences. All right, sure. Well, I talked to her, and I'll admit, I wouldn't say I was entirely respectful, because I was just so caught up in I just didn't see the point of going to another person to resolve the situation, just as a person-to-person, confrontation or what have you. And the thing is, it got brought up to one of the owners that I wasn't entirely sorry. Well, why was I supposed to tell the manager who confronted me I was sorry when the girl that I supposedly offended wasn't even there?
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, okay, sure, won't happen again. I'm sorry. I wasn't overly, copious and sympathetic and succumbing to it, but now it's like, or she's like, okay, don't do it again, and I won't tell the manager. Okay, sure. I won't even talk to the girl after that, But, no, can't leave it at that. Zero tolerance for, red-blooded males with a decent work ethic. Blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, John, please. I love you so much, man.
Love you too, pal.
But no, can't have that. Zero tolerance, even though I've been there for a year, started in October. My dad passed away in June, or July, excuse me. He was an alcoholic. Been dealing with that for a few years now. He had sclerosis of the liver. That just been a huge monkey on my back, and that's really a big wrench in this.
Well,
been living with my mom, as many guys my age, do to save money. I'm sitting on a good nest egg, luckily, now that I've lost my job.
So
I'll let you talk now, John.
So what's your name, partner?
My name is Devin, sir, with an I.
All right, Devin. Well, let me ask you a question here. Why are you 23 years old working in a bistro? You're clearly an intelligent man.
Oh, to answer that question, John, my dad went to college. I believe he graduated with the degree in engineering. I've never seen it. I'm not entirely sure about that. I know he poured a lot of effort into it. I don't know if he graduated or not, to tell you the truth, but he didn't do anything with it. And, Virginia Tech Engineering, that's pretty prestigious. But I saw what was coming my way, and my parents needed help, and I started working. After I got out of high school, because, I didn't want to take on debt. I wanted to make money, John.
Yeah, well, let me tell you a story.
I never had money.
Let me tell you a story, okay?
Sure.
There was a time in my life where I was just going through a rough patch. This is about when the economy was in the garbage in 2009, 2010, right? And I was working at this place in College Park in Florida. It's called Dexter's, right? And Dexter's is like this posh place where like all the rich white people would go and have brunch in Central Florida. They had waffles and mimosas and all these things, right? And so the thing is, with the work I had to do, I was a dishwasher / barback, right? And I really wasn't good at the job to the level that they wanted me to. And in my defense, I don't think I was trained properly, right? So there was a little bit of a clique thing going on there at the restaurant. And I was always working so hard, and I made no fucking money, and it was just so stressful. And I remember there was this guy, Mike, and then there was this little, I forget this guy's name, but he was this little fat chef, right? And he always had it out for me, and he always was like trying to...
Chef was so mad, man.
Huh?
Sorry.
What did you say?
I said chef was so mad, man, because this is right before the holidays, and I was keen into doing overtime, and they're just going to be so mad, because, But please, continue with your story.
So then...
Excuse me for interrupting.
You're cool. Just don't interrupt again. So the thing is, the chef would always make like these passive aggressive remarks at me, and I remember everybody in that restaurant kind of treated me like shit except for two people. There was this black dishwasher. His name was Jerry. He was a really nice guy. He was an older black guy, probably in his 50s. He was just a cool cat. He was an OG. And there was this one girl that was dating my friend, and she was a real sweetheart to me. But everybody else was just an asshole. And then I remember at one point, because I was just trying to graduate and get my degree, right? Because it was just like right at the end of like my, because I got my degree in 2011. I finished all my shit in 2010, but the way UCF is University of Central Florida, they have a reputation. They say UCF stands for you can't finish, because they have all these like little hoops you have to jump through. You have to take like student success and all these like bullshit fucking classes that are just money drags on you to spend money, right? And so the situation at hand was pretty simple. I just had to wait until I had to take a class, which is like me attending some bullshit orientation in spring. So I was just working at this job trying to get to spring of 2011 to graduate. So these guys treated me like shit. They were so rude. And this fat chef just thought he could do something. I was just like, dude, if you got a fucking problem, like, come outside and I will whoop your fucking fat ass, right? These people in these jobs are losers, okay? No offense to anybody watching, but if you're in a restaurant and you're working in a restaurant and you're in your fucking 30s and you're not in school or trying to get the hell out of there and you've been a lifer, you have to understand these places are bastions for losers. When I worked at Olive Garden, people were doing coke, people were doing drugs, people were fucking smoking weed all the time, blowing their money. The restaurant industry is just a bunch of fucking degenerates and criminals, literally, right? So you're being kind of excommunicated from them because you don't fit in there. I could tell just by talking to you, Devin, you're not a dumb guy at all. You're not dumb.
Yes.
However,
thank you.
You have no skill set right now. And that's a problem. Because you've been a grown man for 5 years now, sir. So this is a blessing in disguise, because guess what? They called me one day because I didn't restock the beers or some shit correctly, and they fired me, right? I think that's the only job I've ever been fired from. But guess what? I'm a multi-million-dollar generating entrepreneur now, motherfucker. So wash this, bitch. Wash these fucking nuts, motherfucker. Suck my dick. I make all of your fucking annual salaries, add it up, times 3, and I still make more. So go ahead. Yeah, guess what? I sucked at washing dishes and I sucked at being a barback, but I'm a goddamn great entrepreneur. So cry me a fucking river. So guess what, Devin? Guess what? You suck at you suck at fucking working at a bistro with a bunch of fucking losers. Guess what? Who gives a shit? Fuck those people.
Exactly.
Get out there and figure out what you're gonna do.
That's the thing, man. You meet some people. You meet some cool people in the kitchen. Like the guy used his knife, had the best knife in the kitchen. Nice Japanese chef knife, man.
Mm-hmm.
Guy from New Jersey. Met some solid cats in there, but yeah, man, it's also a cesspit for people on the bottom of the ocean, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep. So, what you
So, you have accepted the truth.
So, Devin, what you need to do, because I got some other callers here, but here's the deal. You need to look into something that can get you a skill that can make you money. Driving a truck, okay? Becoming a power lineman, okay? Welding.
Yes, sir.
Learning to code, computer programmer, cybersecurity, okay? The list is endless, my friend. You know, you're young, you're capable, you're very smart. You're a smart guy. I'm telling you, the way you communicate, I could tell you're an intelligent man, the way you described everything. The problem is, talent ain't worth shit if you don't apply it. So we got to apply ourselves.
Exactly. Yes, sir, John, sir.
Mm-hmm. So keep your head up, Devin, okay?
You suggest me getting out of this house with my family.
I suggest you getting
I have my 90-year-old grandmother visiting right now, and my mom was thinking about getting a house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I did not hear that.
No, I was just going to say, you know, I think that you need to focus, number one, on getting a high value skill. That's the number one thing. I think you need to focus on having like a high value skill that you can scale to get
Could
you up.
I discuss potential skills with you on the Masculine Empowerment Network?
You can. We actually have multiple job webinars, and we talk about how to get employed, because that's a big thing. A lot of guys just don't have no money because they have no skills, and then after that, we teach them how to manage their money. Because it's first thing about getting money, muscles, game, and frame. Then it's maintaining it. It's a twofold strategy. Okay.
Yes.
So we do talk about that, and enrollment will start at the end of December. Okay? And if you're interested, I definitely implore you to join. A lot of guys have turned their lives around in the Masculine Empowerment Network big time, man. Fucking big time. Okay? Can you see the screen?
I can.
I'm going to show you something. Okay? This guy joined the Masculine Empowerment Network, and I want to show you what he did in 3 years. In 3 years, look at how this guy turned. This is only his body. We're not even talking about his mind, his money, his game. Okay, none of that. But just take a look at the screen here. Look at this. This guy is a proud graduating member of the Masculine Empowerment Network. Literally from fucking nerd to Chad. Took him 3 years. Ask yourself a question. Where are you going to be when you are 26, Devin?
Not in this house, I can tell you that.
Good.
Just a list of priorities, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into fighting. I love boxing, kickboxing, MMA.
Yeah, but that don't pay the bills. You got to get a skill that can generate you money, sir.
it can just get you hurt if you don't take it seriously, and that just costs you money and brain cells.
Yeah. So listen, Devin, it was great talking to you. I got other callers on the air, but you got to focus on
Yes, sir.
skill, okay?
Yep.
But do me a favor. You need to, from
Yep,
this moment
focus on
forward,
skill. Thank you, John.
from this moment forward, don't be doubting yourself anymore and don't be putting yourself down, okay?
No doubt in myself. You got it.
All right, buddy. Take care of yourself. Peace out.
Take care.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I got fired from that job at Dexter's, and I tell you, when I got fired, I was in a bad spot, man. Not really, because I just doubled the amount of couches I sold on Craigslist. I'm a hustler, bro. You can fucking kill me, bro. So my scalp is not fully healed from the hair transplant, so when it itches, I have to hit it like this. I'm like a black girl with a weave. I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking itching under here. My goodness. It's for real, like I have to hit it when I'm fucking itching, because if I dig at it, I'm going to fucking fuck up the hair transplant area. But yeah. Mark Cullen said something earlier. Oh, and so 901, I see you. 613, I see you. And 46, country code, I see you. You keep calling and hanging up and calling and hanging up. So just hold on. I can't get to anybody at the same time. I'm coming, okay? But Mark Cullen said something earlier. He said, MLD, you think Richard Hart is heading the same way as FTX? So, okay. So the thing is this, like, with fucking Richard Hart, right? I don't know, man. My bullshit detector is just like, it doesn't stop with that guy. It just doesn't stop. You know? Could he just be... He could just be like Cardano and just like, dude, you know, rain or shine, I'm just keeping the fucking crypto going. Right? Because really, what inherent value does Hex have? And then he goes into these conversations where he's like, you know, oh, well, it's a, you know, everything's a Ponzi, everything's a scam, and like deludes people into this. But I've talked to a lot of people fucking who have lost a lot of money from Hex, man. A lot of